Hello everybody, my name is Panchito and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Part 4. Now I'm going to try to actually get a mission done instead of doing some bullshit. So, last part where we left off is where we're looking for a volume, a book, magazine, a volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. It's in the city that we are in, or the little area that we're in now. I did a little bit of research on it, and that's definitely going to be it. Let's go ahead and get into this game and see what has in store for us. Again, I'm going to try to get into it as much as possible, and I'm sorry that if I keep staggering on it. I have a lot of allergies going on. If I start sneezing, start itching my eyes, start doing the sniffles, I'm sorry. I can't control it unless I get some allergy pills, and I don't want to get any allergy pills right now. Okay, so, journal. Oops, wrong one. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Grace. And, let's see, let's go back to journal. Let's do that one. Map. So, right. Am I near hostels? Oh. Bloop bloops. Botanical lab. Oh. She's over here. Wait, is she?
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Number 1.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Okay, so your reputation with the faction has changed. If enemies are hostile but your reputation isn't kill on sight, leave for a few days. One of your weapons or armor items is broken and at minimum effectiveness, you should find a workbench and repair it. So this is the one that gives me the how do you drop it again? Okay, I got that cleared. Okay, journal. What does it say? Okay, speak to Vicar. Parvati wants to speak to the town's Vicar. She's a little uncertain about the task Rita set at hand. So Vicar Max? Where the hell is this dude at? I think what car is there? He's over here.
Another day at the cannery.
Something got you down?
Nothing.
Thug kit. There's a kit to make you into a thug. That's weird.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hello, Governor.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked her to do? That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Oh, really? Yeah, and why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? Tell me more. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it? Let's see, too.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Let's see, number 3.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I'm not too sure if... Why do you have a hand up there, dude? So that's weird. Did you look at me because I stood on your desk? Oh, I'd say, the hell? Yeah, you're pretty tough on this, bitch. Okay, map. Go. Mantis worm. Mantis worm. So where am I going? Okay, so journal. Divert power from the geo plant. You entered the geo plant without first speaking to Adelaide. If you divert to the Edgewater without giving her fair warning, she is going to be upset. Okay, so let's go talk to Adelaide. Adelaide, she say, hey, she say, Adelaide. Alright, let's go talk to this person.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea.
Tobaccorn.
I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here. Funny, never knew you could grow trupe in the garden.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Any special fertilizer you made yourself? Make nasty. It looks like you made a home for yourself. Let's do that one.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Okay.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Number one, you're living off the power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. 3, something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. Let's try number 1.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
We would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I needed to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about
Why?
it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Consider it. What do you have got against the town? I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want I just want to fix my ship. A hero to you, maybe. I don't know.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Let's just say let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
You made your point clear enough. I'll see what I can do. Leave conversation. I don't much like you're throwing that at her face to get me on your side. What do you have against people trying to make a living? Number 2.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it.
Yes.
All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you have a point.
So, what do you say? Divert power over to us. Shut down that abominable cannery for good.
No promises. Oh, shit. Can I have conversations with you?
Yeah, huh?
Let's see, let's talk to her. Perception.
That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Well, that sucks. That's inhumane.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff.
You are brainwashed.
Better to raise me on his time than hers. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Huh. Are you sure? He nearly fell over you when he saw you. The tool he was thinking with was definitely not a wrench. Number 1.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Okay. You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Okay. You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Then why do you want to talk to him? 1.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
No.
Yeah, huh?
Okay. I don't know. Journal. This is gonna be hard. You learned that there are power regulators in both Edgewater Cannery and Botanical Labs elsewhere in the region, but neither can be removed unless power is routed away from them. Travel to the regional thermal power plant and reroute the power away from one of the locations. Reed asks you to deliver a message to a woman named Adela McDevitt before you head into the germal thermal plant. It's going to be a little hard. Okay, so go to Borscht worst. Ew, you're just taking it off. Did you see that? She had a little skin looking thing. I think the pig is, of course the pig is still alive, but it looks like you could just take it off the pig. Ooh. I want to try it. No, it's just gross. Never mind. Yuck. Nasty. Okay, so do I divert power from here? No, it's going to be in the inside. This is just the office area. So, get back in it. Alright. Let's get in this bitch. Hurry, you little shit. You dead. Flywheel. Alright. Oh, you can't jump and get on the ladder at the same time? Boo, that's lame. Energy Energy cell. Weapon parts. Anything here? Nope. Hello? Okay, nothing here, nothing here. Terminal. Chest, alright. Unlock office door. Enter to root. And, oops. Messages. If anybody wants to read that, go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it. And go ahead and read it. Alright. What do we have here? Revolver. I don't remember what that's called. Close that door. Go to the office. Is this an office? It looks like the shitter. I guess it's called the office. Oh, no, this is not the office. Okay. So, door to the office. Let's see. Oh, this is where it definitely needed to be. Check that. Okay. Redirect power plant. Okay, so plant status. This access report brought to you by the Spacer's Choice. Operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater Saltuna Cannery Botanical Laboratory. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it just in case I mess up somewhere. Resume. Use terminal. Redirect power. Wait. What? I didn't read it. Oh, shit. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches. Okay.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I have to go down below. I don't know the passcode. Shit. Huh? I guess one of the things. I hear.
Here we go. Everyone all right?
Yes. Thanks for asking.
Got it. Heads down.
Take that. Cigarette. Energy cell. Pneumatic piston. I see a lot of death in here.
Processing.
Oh.
Look out!
Ooh. I still can't. Oops.
Incoming! Nice hit!
This does better. I think it does. Nothing here. I hear you, little buddy. Okay.
There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
I'm not going to.
Go away, Phantom!
Phantom.
Go away, Phantom!
I hear somebody. Where are you?
No, just leave me alone!
I see you. Oh shit.
You're not real! You're not real! Get
Yes,
away
I
from me,
am.
Phantom! Shoot! Scram! You can talk? The Phantoms never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me. Slow down and tell me what's going on. You're eating sprats?
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
I back away slowly. I'll just be on my way. How long have you been down here? What is it that you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer? How long have you been serving all this time? What happened to this place?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them, right? Was that before or after you became a Cispig Tycoon? How long have you been living down here? This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Persuade. I can deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I? Intimidate, or you can help me and I won't feed you the sprats. Your call. Number one.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Ooh. Engineering 10. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it. Okay, how'd you do that? I could do it without the jargon. Just tell me what to do.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate sprats.
Mechanicals lost their bolts.
Oh, shit.
Open fire on anything that moved.
Shut up.
I was on cleaning.
How you not
Jimmy'd
sure?
open,
So, number 2, you ate sprats.
braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
And what happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Open fire.
Oh, jeez.
I was on.
Okay, number 3. So he said in the other room. It's so noisy down here. Okay. So there's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Oh, I thought it was a button I could push. Okay, let's see. Nothing here. Nothing here. So I drop down. It says me. Lockpick this bitch. Boom.
Great work.
Oh, thank you very much. Ooh. A work a bench.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
So I go up.
Unexpected. Security
Incoming!
patrol initiated.
Another one. Yeah, we made it. Girl, did you just run through that steam? What was wrong with you? Engineering 15 shut down off steam release valves. Number 1. Exit. So is there anything else I could pick up? Maybe. Riot. Sign. Just for that? Are you serious? What's the point to this shit? That was dumb. Okay, is there anything else up here? Okay, here's the other one.
Where'd they go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Vault beginning secure.
Here they come!
Let's see. What does this thing do? 34, 44. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I did a stun button. Ooh! This thing does some good damage to them. Now makes the best gear for your friends and family. Companion perks. Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger and select the perk button to see the available perks.
Alright.
Oh, I forgot about that. F. Eject this good shit. Like that, this, and that. Yeah, what about this one? Empty? Ooh. Nasty. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. Okay, so where is the next one? Up there. Okay, so how do you get in there? Okay, so we gotta go all the way around. Did I take your shit? Yes, I did.
That's the last. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
So, okay, time to get out of here. I don't remember which way I came, so... It needs to be this way. I still can't figure out how to do a power attack. Upstairs? Okay. I don't remember killing you. What? Okay, wait a minute. I need to go up? I don't remember killing you either. Ooh. Modify behavior, select new mode, then select target, define. There we go. Define intruders as species choice, automaticals. 1, 2 to root, and 4. Okay, I got that done. So, I need to go that way. Excuse me. So I need to go up. I don't remember where I came from. This is going to irritate me. Oh, here we go.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion, of course.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built. Reed tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers and power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again.
That's
It's
very important.
plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Not really. I see your point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Number 2, don't worry about it. I was barely listening to you. I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you. The conversation.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Alright. I guess I gotta do it, guys. One. Oh, this sucks. What do you guys think? Should I redo this again? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it here, and I'm gonna go for a, I don't even know how long I've been recording, but 46 minutes. I've been recording for 46 minutes, so 47, 58, 59, 47 minutes. So, what do you guys think? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it right here for now. And did I save? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna leave it here for now, and I want you guys to decide whether I should or not reroute it to Edgewater or the Botanical Gardens. Let me know, because I'm kind of torn in between both. Botanical Garden has a lot of potential, a lot of things you could grow, and that would be wasting so much earth, so much green, so much potential to regrow everything and feed people. And you never know if it goes that route, if they have it programmed that way, the developers of this game, that they could create new serums to cure diseases and so on. But they didn't really talk about that, so they didn't talk about that. But all I know is that if you cut off power to salt water, you're basically going with that chick in the Botanical Gardens, which hatred for that place. But people would be non-stop living in salt, that other city, little tiny community, whatever it's called. Alright guys, I do appreciate you watching this video. Again, let me know in the comments below, what do you think I should do? Who do you think I should reroute power to? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification so you can get notifications from my channel to your device. Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer. Oh god, I hope you're not using Explorer. Sometimes I use it just in case of backup. Or your Android or iPhone device, or any Apple device. If you have any games you'd like me to play, let me know, and I'll take into consideration if I would like to play them, and if we get enough votes on them, enough thumbs up, then I'm most likely
out of the dark beneath the trees.
Alright guys, this is Panchito, and I'll see you in the next video. Later!